In this example, we're going to look at descriptive statistics. So I'm going to give you a small data set and we are going to find the mean, median, and the mode. This is a data set that represents the length of time that 8 customers waited on hold when they called a call center. So the first thing we want to find is the mean. And to find the mean, the notation for that is the sum of x divided by n, where x represents each of the data values in the set and n is the size of your sample. So to calculate the mean, we would add each of the numbers, because that's what this Greek capital letter for sigma is. It represents the sum. So that tells me the operation to use. And we will divide that again by the size of our sample. So I have 2, 4, 6, 8 data values represented. As I said earlier, 8 customers. So n is 8. And the sum of 18 all the way through the last data value of 21 is 198. And 198 divided by 8 is 24.75. And the rule of thumb for rounding in statistics is to round 1 decimal place value beyond the way that the values in the data set were given to us. So all of the values in my data set are whole numbers. So I want to round the mean to the 10th place. And for rounding, I look at the digit behind the number the place that I want to round, which is a 5. And because this is a 5, if the digit is 5 to 9, this value has to be rounded up. So the mean, and the notation that we use to represent mean is an X with a straight line on top. And we call this X bar. So X bar, or the mean, would be rounded to 24.8. Next, we are going to find the median. And the median is literally the number that is in the middle of your data set. If you have an odd number of data values, you're going to arrange your data set from smallest to largest, or largest to smallest, it doesn't matter. And you're looking for the number in the middle. If you have an even data set, like the way we do with having 8 values, you find the 2 middle numbers and you're going to find their average. So let's write the data set out in order from smallest to largest. So we would have 16, and I like to do a little dot so that I know that I've gotten everything on my list. 18, we have 21, 21, we have 22, 24, 31, and 45. And let me just make sure, 2, 4, 6, 8. And we have 3 numbers over here, 3 over here. So the 2 numbers in the middle are 21 and 22. So I would add these 2 numbers together and divide by 2, and that would give me 21.5. And the notation for median is it's an X with, I call it a squiggly line, so don't quote me on that. But the proper name is X tilde. So X tilda. And that is representing the median. And in our case, the median is 21.5. So the average hold time for this particular call center is 24.8 minutes. The median value is 21.5. And then last, we're going to find the mode. And the mode is the frequency or the data value that occurred the most. And I like to go back to the list of where I've written my data values out in order And then it's easy to identify very quickly if any data value occurred more than once. And as you can see in this case, 21 occurred twice, so the mode is 21. And we don't have any particular notation for mode, so you would just say mode is 21. And that is how you find the mean, the median, and the mode.